My beautiful, taking away the shame, taking away the pain. You made my life so beautiful. My beautiful, taking away the shame, taking away the pain. You made me just like you. Yeah. You turn my life into heaven. You loaded me with glory and changed my story. Oh, my life now has a meaning. Taking away the shame. You made me just like you, my beautiful. Taking away the shame. Taking away the pain. Made my life so beautiful. My beautiful. Taking away the shame. Taking away the pain. Made me just like you. My beautiful. Taking away the shame. Taking it all away. Made my life so beautiful. Beautiful. Taking away the shame, taking it all away. Baby, just like my beautiful love. Taking away the shame, taking it all away. From me, so beautiful, so beautiful. Taking it all away. Maybe just like you, just like you. Just like you. All right, welcome, folks. Welcome to the show. Welcome to this gospel, the Sunday Gospel Hour. Welcome here at Talk TV Media Network, folks. Wherever you are watching us from today, it's a pleasant welcome. Beautiful day here. My name is Sam Gadu. I'm here to bring you the Gospel Hour here at Talk TV Media Network. No matter where you're watching us from, it's time for you to join me today to enjoy another full 1 hour of beautiful gospel music and a very good topic to talk about. You know, I guess most of you have already gotten the information out there. Um, we'll be talking about raising boys today on the show. How to raise boys. So those of you who are single parents and are catching it hard, very hard out there, or fathers, you're catching a very hard time raising boys, and you have a bunch of boys like I do. You know, um, I have some pieces of nuggets to really, really share with you today here at Talk TV Media Network. Um, Raising kids is no joke. It's a full-time job by itself, almost lifetime job sometimes, in most cases. But it is what it is. You have to man up because God cannot give you a responsibility that you cannot handle. You know, God can never give you a responsibility that you will not be able to handle. So today, here in Green Country, Oklahoma, wherever you're watching us from, all of you, please share the like, and don't be mean now. You got to share the like so other people will be able to join and benefit too. You know, so do that, folks. Do that. Share the like. And subscribe to Talk TV Media Network because we broadcasting simultaneously on 5 to 6 different platforms as I speak to you right now: YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, the website. So you can find us right now. Either way, wherever you want, just subscribe to it and like us or share the link. But it's very, very fantastic. Before I get into what we will be talking about today, folks, I am going to play you your gospel music. One that says Back to the Sender by Aaron Curry. Back to the sender. Now, whatever the enemy has planned towards your progress, your success, your kids, your lives, everything goes back to the sender. Just sit by and enjoy.
Since I met you, my whole life has changed. All I see is glory in my life. Baba, that you, all these things that you is promising the present. See me with us. Yeah. He's the original Bobby. Keep blessing me with it. Yeah. Overflow, overflow, overflow.
Your blessing will overflow.
So if you do, you plan for me, yeah. Back to this end. Now you know what you need for me, yeah. Yeah. If you do, you plan for me, yeah. Back to this end. Now you know what you need for me, yeah. Back to this end. Successful one. It's my name. Successful one. It's my name, yeah. Baba. That you. All these things that you is promising the present. That you see me with us. Yeah. He's the original Bobby. Keep blessing me with it, yeah. Overflow, overflow, overflow. Blessing me over. So if you do, you plan for me, yeah. Back to this end. Now you know what you need for me, yeah. Yeah. If you do, you plan for me, yeah. Back to this end. Now you know what you need for me, yeah. Back to this end. God, I'm here. I enjoy it, Bobby. Go. Overflow, overflow, overflow. That's in you. So if you do, you plan for me, yeah. Back to this. I know what you need for me, yeah. But you do you plan for me, yeah. Back to this. I know what you need for me, yeah. Back to this, yeah. I will have my way, yeah. Back to this. I know what you need for me, yeah. Back to this. Know the way we use that. Back to this. Not a cheap man. We'll go back to you. Back to this. Yeah, girl, get up. Back to this.
All right, all right, all right. That was a beautiful, beautiful piece right there entitled Back to the Sender. Back to the Sender. Overflow. Your blessings will overflow. Everything that the enemy has done, everything that the enemy is trying to do, no matter what, your blessings will overflow and nothing, nothing, absolutely nothing will stop your blessings. Hey, those of you who are joining me out there today on the Sunday Gospel Train here, welcome, welcome. I see my man and brother, Sir Francis Tamba. Welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday to you, my brother. And I see Kumar Avian watching as well. To all of you who are following us today, welcome. Um, and let me see. Pat Nome, Flomo, welcome. All of you guys. Without you guys, there's no way we'll be here to do what we are doing. I have a very, very important topic for us to talk about today. You know, very important topic. Very important topic. You know, as a father, this is dear to my heart. And more or less, I have to be very practical about it because this is what I'm going through. This is what I'm doing, been doing it, and having raised girls, nothing else. I've raised my boys. So today on the show, we will be talking about how to raise boys. You know, very, very interesting topic. And I would love your contribution too. Those of you who are following and watching us, please, please contribute. If you need a call in, the number is right there at the bottom of the screen. It will be very helpful for other people to hear from you as well. What your thoughts are, what your contribution is, what your opinion is. You know, but how to raise boys, especially as a man in a home, as a man who is involved in the lives of boys. This is a very broad topic, but I don't even know if we can serve it justice today by being able to even narrow it down to the level at which I want to narrow it. Boys are very interesting people, you know, human beings. Once upon a time, I was a boy. Every man, once upon a time, you were a boy. And you know how sinister, how cunning, how stubborn, you know, boys are. All of us growing up. The spirit we have within us to strive, to compete, you know, boys and men. That is just within our DNA. Competition. I've been blessed with 5 boys, you know, all these years. And besides that, God gave me another 4 extra that I have to raise. You know, 3 of them now, and actually all 4 of them, the big ones, are in universities as I speak. And I have had enormous experience. So if you look at it, that's almost 10. Besides that, I run a business that involve boys and men. So it's a lot to learn, folks. So those of you who are parents that have issues raising boys, I have a couple of pieces of nuggets that we can talk about that I think would be very, very helpful to you all. And one of them is as a father, as a man who's raising boys, this is what you do. You have to be true. You have to be a true example before them in deeds and actions. When you're raising boys, boys understand the language of action. You know, mothers talk a lot when, especially females, mothers, single mothers who are raising boys. You know, they have more empathy and sympathy towards their kids, their children. But when it comes to men, a father who is raising boys, you are the example. You are the example. They are your portrait. They are watching you. They are watching your actions. They are watching whatever you do. And whatever you do has to match your words. If your words and your action don't get along, that's a big problem for them. They will lose trust. That's how boys are. So when you're raising boys as a father, you're so responsible. One of the focal point for you is to be true in your deeds and actions. You know, you have to be true in whatever you do. If you promise, if your boy come to you and say, Daddy, I want you to do this for me, and you said you're gonna do it, keep your word. Simple as that. Those are some of the things that they look at, because if you don't, they start losing trust. They begin to lose trust, right? So if you promise them something, you provide, go all out and do it. That is one issue. Boys, one good example. So you have to be true to them in your actions. They are watching you as a father who's raising boys. That is very, 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 very important. And another thing that I do, these are things that I have done that yielded good results for my boys. You know, and so I'm not going to hold it back. I'm going to tell you, it's simple, you know, but you have to implement them as a father in a home. And also, it's not just, you're not just raising the boys, but if you become that true parent, that true father, you will be able to mentor other boys, because other kids out of your home are watching you, as well as other men, as well as other men. So that is one aspect. Be true, be a true example before them in your deeds and action. The next thing is this, which I love a lot as well, is teach them to work hard. Teaching your boys how to work hard. You know, everybody that knows me, especially in my family and friends, people think I'm a workaholic. But I work, and I work smart. So this is scripture. The Bible says that a lazy man should not eat. That's one aspect. And another aspect of our blessings, of a man's blessings, is scripture. It says, I will bless the work of your hands, right? That whatever you put your hand to shall be blessed. So how do you intend your boys to earn the living they need to earn when they grow up to become men, to become the men that will provide for their household, for their wives, for their families, if they don't put their hand to work, if they don't learn how to work? So hard work, teach them how to work. One clean example I gave out to you guys is this: if it is not school, my kids, my boys are not in school, most of the time they are with me doing work. That is what I do. So most of the time, if my boys are not in school, they are with me, because I remember Cam 1, part 1, I just mentioned, you have to teach them, you have to be true to them in your deeds and your actions. They have to see the actions. Don't just leave your kids home, fathers, boys home, and you go to work all day and they are playing games in front of TV screens and all of that all day. They don't even know how food is coming in their home. And I'm saying this because I run a business. But most of you that work your daily job, you know, you have to, I understand. But if you're in a home, you're running errands, you're doing other stuff around, take your boys, teach them how to work, teach them how to innovate, teach them how to fix stuff. It's very, very important, because what you are today in front of them is what they will become or more tomorrow in the future. You are raising, I want you as a father to realize the boys that you are raising presidents, you are raising bishops and pastors, entrepreneurs, business tycoons, you are raising doctors, nurses, you are raising good husbands that will be loving and providing for their households. And the list goes on. So it's very, very important to not take the responsibility easy as a father raising boys. Okay, I will stop on that one right there. And then give you guys your music. I know very well y'all like your music just like I do. And then right after the music, we'll continue um the next song. Not the next song, the next whatever you call it. Yeah. I'm looking for a very, very good song that I'm enjoying these few days. I hope I'll be able to find it. But I'll play it later if I can find it now. However.
The God that sitteth upon that throne. Jehovah that sitteth upon that throne. He that lives and never dies. You reign it, you reign it, you reign it, you reign it, you reign it. You live it, you live it, you live it, you live it, you live it. Sitteth upon that throne. I think it's what's happening. You can never change. You can never. Whatever you say, you are God all by yourself. Who can challenge your glory? Who can challenge your power? Nobody can battle with the Lord. You are unchangeable God. You are reliable God. Unquestionable God. God, I give you all my praise.
The God that sitteth upon the throne. He's an unchangeable God. All of you watching, hey, faith. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Happy Sunday to you, girl. All of you are watching out there. The God that sitteth on your throne over your problem, He reigneth forever. Over all your problems.
Oh, but oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Okay, folks. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Talk TV Media Network. The song says, the God that sits on the throne, He's an unchanging God. And I will add, not only is He an unchanging God, He is a faithful God. He's a God who never wavers. He is a God that provides. He is a God that will meet you in a very, very, very dire need. in your situation. No matter what your life situation is right now, all I can say to you is take it and leave it. Give it unto him. He said, bring all your troubles unto me, for I care for you. That's God. He's telling you to bring all your cares, all your troubles, all your concerns, all your financial struggles, all the struggles and concerns and worries about your children and life and marriage and relationships, everything. God is saying, bring it unto me. Why? Because he is the only one who is the solution. Man will fail you. Man will disappoint you. Man will let you down. But God cannot. God cannot let you down. God will not disappoint you. But that's not the message for today. The message for today is how to raise boys. How to raise boys. And those of you who are just coming, that is the message. That is the topic I'm talking about. How to raise boys. And the first one we talked about was to be a true example. A true example before your boys in your deeds and your actions. Right? And the next one is to teach them how to work hard. Work hard. A lazy hand that sits with no work will yield nothing. But you put your work, and not only are you working hard, but work smart. You teach them how to work hard and how to work smart. That is it. Right? Working smart has to do, when I say working smart has to do with teach them at one point in life, they don't have to wait for age 60 or 65 to retire. Let them be innovative. Let them work smart enough that they are in their 20s and 30s and become millionaires and retire and don't have to work. Only work when they want to. That's working smart. That's what I'm talking about. Especially those of you who are here in the US that have your children, or in Europe where the environment and society provides all those opportunities, right? But those of us, those of you who are in Africa, I mean, there's a lot of resources, a lot of help over there too, a lot of ways of doing things that you can spin things around and become successful, right? So teach them how to work hard. And this is something, another one is the third one. The third one is something most fathers don't like to do to their boys. And everything I'm speaking here, I'm speaking it. This is something I practice. This is something I do. And the results are enormous. The results are so awesome. It's so good. Because at the end of the day, when I'm walking to my house and my boys are at home and they see me pull up in a driveway, and they're rushing outside, chasing who will be the first to hug me. It's awesome. It's an awesome feeling. Because one thing my father deposited in me was every time as a child when I was growing up, my father he never came home empty handed. He always came home with something in his hand, some sort of food, peanuts, banana, a bag of chips, something for me. So he had already programmed my mind that when I see him or I hear his voice, I run to him because I know there's something in his bag or in his hand somewhere for me. So I give him a big hug. And I'm saying this simply because in most cases, this is the problem fathers are having. You cannot give what you don't have. You cannot give something you haven't experienced. So this is hard for most of you fathers, which I understand. That part that my father taught me, I have been executing that. I have been doing that over the years and transferring it down to my kids, my boys. And it's awesome because every day, even as I'm in studio, when I'm ready to go home, I will stop by somewhere and pick up something. Because as soon as they see me, they all come rushing. So I gave it. I gave it to the last born, the baby one, and then I tell the baby one to share with the rest. Because the catch there is this. If you give it to the oldest one, he's just going to give little pieces to the rest, and he takes all the big one. So that's one way to do it. But then let me move to part 3. Part three has to do with this. Love your boys and hug them as often as possible. This is something most of us fathers do not like to do. Hugging your boys. You know, sometimes we feel that hugging is only an affection for women or for girls' children. No, boys love affection. It's not just boys but men. Period. Too. All of us love to be affectionate. So, and what that does when you always hug your boys, bring them close and wrap your hands around them and touch their hair, shake their hair. You are telling them, you are validating, you are giving them a sign of validation that you are special, that I care about you. They may not tell you because that is the boy's character. They know we have introverts in most cases. We're not going to express ourselves. We like to play on hard feelings and like to be tough. That's what boys are. But in most cases, we enjoy it. You know why? Every one of you men, tell me if you don't like to be praised. Either by your girlfriend, by your loved one, by someone, or by anyone. When someone gave you a good compliment, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel happy within, even though you don't want to show it, because we men like to play tough. I learned this with my father, my parents, and fellow friends that I grew around that have kids, that have boys, that I saw this. So I always hug my boys, giving them a sign of validation. Very important. And when you hug them, tell them, hey man, look them in the eye and tell them, hey man, I love you, man. And tell them, if he's not going to say whatever, if it is a little boy, he's going to say, I love you back, daddy. That's it. So I'm proud of you. They love to hear that too. Give them that encouragement as a man, as a father, in the lives of your children, because that timeline that you have with them is very limited. As soon you look, they are in their 20s, they're gone. They are men. So that relationship that you have to cultivate within that period of time, give it your best as a father, as a man. Because what you are going to do is you are investing, you are depositing. Because at the end of the day, when they become men and they have their wives and they have their children, they are going to transfer that, but they will always come back to you. The same way I sit here on this platform and I keep talking about my father, who is now dead and gone to heaven, right? I still continue to give him those compliments. And they will do the same thing to you. On holidays, they will always come. Hey, Dad, where are you? I got a surprise for you. We're coming home. I got a gift for you. Why? Because you cultivated a sense of relationship with your boys while you were raising them. But if you have a bad blood, they leave home, they will never come back. You will die by yourself. And some of them will not even turn up for your funeral. That's men. That's boys. I'm telling you. That's how they behave. So that is point number three. Point number three. And I'm going to attack point number 4. And that has to do with this. When you're raising boys, this is one language boys understand. You have to be firm in your actions and decisions. Always be firm in your actions and decisions. Guys, the lines are open. You need a call in. You can call in and be a part of the show. I highly, appreciate that. Or if you can't call in, you can just share the link, because this is very, very beneficial. This is going to help someone who is struggling right now, don't know what to do with his boys. And even some of you mothers, this will help you, because you try to do so much. You think you got it all together. Then now I'm trying to relieve you, as in this is the responsibility of those boys' father, right? Give them the responsibility. Let them function. And some of you might say, um, why if the father is not involved into their lives? Why if I'm raising this boy as a single mother, but the father is nowhere to be found? The father and I are not together. And he doesn't even care. He's not involved. What do you do? I say this to you. What you do in that case, in that scenario, as a single mother when you're raising boys and their father is not involved, is to have a father figure, a good one, a father figure or a mentor, right? A mentor, someone or a group of men that have good character, that where you see their children, they are good examples to their children. You plug your child, your son in there with them. You do that. That is what you do as a single mother. Because the kids and the scenario I'm talking about is real. A lot of you are raising boys out there with no fathers in their involvement in their lives. So you find a mentor, a male mentor, or either a pastor or a counselor, or someone who is very much practical and hands-on, hardworking, who is doing well and successful, and then, let them help you. That is what you do in that scenario. All right? So you have to be very, very firm. The language boys understand is firmness, and they will test you. Believe me, boys will always test your limits. When you say this, don't touch this. Don't take my car key. Turn your back. They will pick it up. And if they do and they are caught, discipline them. Don't hesitate. And this is where mothers err. Mothers will say, "You do that next time, I will whip you. Peter, don't do that again, oh." And stuff like that. But for a father, when you have a child who is a boy, send them a message that is firm. And when you are disciplining them, tell them the reason as to why you are disciplining them. Don't just whip them. And a lot of this is seen around in our African communities. We just discipline our children. We don't want to tell them as to why, because they have already done wrong. We told them not to do something, and then they went ahead and did it, and we just grab them and just poof, poof, poof. No, I give you my practical scenario. What I do is this: when I tell my children what to do, and they disobey, and they cross the line, I set them down in the first place, because I would tell them, I said, this is the punishment for this if you do this. You either going to lose your PS4, your PS5, your Nintendo, or you're going to lose your cell phone for an amount of time or for a month or two. Disciplining your children doesn't only have to do with you grabbing the belt or the rattan and whip them. No, there are different scenarios you can discipline your children. And these days it works effectively because your children are so glued to social media with gadgets, and they can't just go without it. Sitting in front of the TV, get them off the screen. You take all those toys from them, they'll feel like the entire world is coming to an end. So that's what you do as a father, right? And I was learning this. I just learned this recently from a brother of mine, who said screen time is not even good. It's those who spend a lot of time in front of the screen sometimes tend to have eye issue and a lot of distraction, mental distraction, because you're not stable anymore. Constantly you are moving, your eyes are moving on the screen from the tablet. You're moving from video to video, video to video. Constantly your eyes are moving, constantly your eyes, even you sit in front of the TV most of your time. So as a result, when you go into a meeting or in classroom, your child goes to class and sit They cannot even sit for 30 minutes or 40 minutes to listen to the instructor's lecture or the teacher's teaching because they are used to movement and actions. It gets boring for them because they are so used to screen time. So, parents, you have to be consistent and avoid and help your children in most of this. Avoid, minimize the screen time, send them outside, let them go play. Some of us grew up no cell phone. Human interaction is the most important thing. We became innovative. We created things, with our imaginations. They can't do that no more. They want to do everything on their phone. They want to play basketball on their phone. They want to play volleyball on their phone. They want to play soccer on their phone. All kinds of, any kind of game you think of is on your phone. And so you spend those hours, your child spends enough of that time on the screen, on the phone. Screen time is affecting their eyes, their pupils. I don't even know what other thing doctors call it. Their vision. It's affecting their vision and it's affecting their mental as well. How to behave, how to do things. Constantly going, constantly moving here and there. Not good. So I am in favor of limiting how much screen time your children should have. That is true. This information I'm giving you. So, in the process of raising boys, my people, you have to be firm in your decisions and actions. Boys like that. And then, I just talked about the last one, which has to do with discipline your children and let them know why, and so this is something you should do. It's okay to discipline your children. If I wasn't disciplined, because boys are very, very cunning. Boys are cunning. Yeah, crooks. We know how to crook stuff around and just maneuver things around. So when you cut, discipline them. Discipline is a good thing. If you do not discipline your children, do you know what is going to happen? You are saying you are not well equipped or qualified to discipline your children. The law enforcement is going to discipline them. That's what happens. The police, the prisons will discipline them if you fail to discipline your children. As a parent, right? That is what happened. And that is why you find so many men in the world behind bars, in prisons. Men are in thousands, even here in the US. Majority you find in prisons, male. Do you know what that is? That is even the enemy's strategy to making sure that homes are left abandoned without the male figure. This is the enemy's strategy, folks. Yeah, once the man who's supposed to be the order, who's supposed to be there to set things in order, who's supposed to be that example to make that family vibrant and the world a better place, is locked up, who is going to do it? The enemy sits and laughs and say, now I can walk in there and destroy them. So because that little boy you have is being raised by one single parent who is a female, and my heart goes up to most of you single mothers. You're trying, you're doing your best. I'm not saying you're not doing, you are hardly trying, you are doing the best that you can. But the importance of a male, of a father in his son's life is very, very key. It's very important. If that opportunity is not there, you bring another father figure, another male figure who has good moral character, good examples into your child's life. But if you fail to do that, you are setting that child up to be disciplined by law enforcement. If they grow up and realize that they can do whatever they feel like, that the world has no laws, no rules and regulations, and they fall into trouble, the law comes in, lock them up. Some of them, that's why you see so many of our children, boys, children hooked up on drugs and all out there in the street, doing all kinds of stuff. So it is very, very important to discipline your children. Don't hesitate. I'm all for that. Okay? I'm all for that. I'm gonna play you another song right here, and because time is moving very, very fast, I guess we only have about 15 minutes for the show to be over. But enjoy this piece uh, by David Mel.
know you fighting for me, yes. And you put me all the chicken and machine, yes. Can you see it's working for my good, yes. Everything is working for my good, yes. It's working for my good, yes. Even though I walk through the fire, yes. You don't give up. It's working for my good, yes. If you see it's turning around for my good, yes.
Everything is turning around for your good. No need to worry. Everything. Oh, I'm gonna take care.
Yes, you now. Just wanna say thank you. Thank you for the song you gave them to me. Thank you. Thank you for the joy you gave unto me. Thank you now, thank you now, thank you now. Just want to thank you. Thank you for the family. Song. Thank you for my family. Thank you for my. Thank you for my peace. Thank you for the joy. Thank you so much. We celebrate. dance to music.
Wow, wow, wow. That's a beautiful, beautiful piece. Mutoka! You know, all our Bon County people right there, all our Pella people. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful piece right there. By David Mel. Say thank you for the life you've given to me. Thank you for the family you've given to me. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you. You know, beautiful, beautiful piece. And before I even go ahead as well, I'm going to play you one more song because you deserve it. This one, enjoy as well. From Nimba County.
Pousse ma voix contre le cœur. Pousse mon beau Yahweh, mon bâton est paré. Bon païba, pour nous ben la gineba, j'y sont piétés. Y'a un dia, y'a un cas, y'a un quadre, y'a un prévu, y'a un piété. Vous paye capon, ma guaoué. Ye kapon le, na le twa roe. Son ya grupa ye kapon, one ma gwo roe. Do ye me grupa ye kapon le, ma gwo roe. Ya Jesus do gube, na le twa roe. De me ya me ke do gube, na le twa roe. De kon ya se ke do gube, na le twa roe. De me ya me ke do gube, na le twa roe. De ijo mai kon do gube, na le twa roe. Ida Gabriel Dogude, another 12. Grupaye kapone, Maguaye. Son ya grupaye kapone, Maguaye. Yanoko, grupaye kapone, Maguaye. Yekaro kame, grupaye kapone, Maguaye. Yaro pipe, grupaye kapone, Maguaye. Yekaro pido, grupaye kapone, Maguaye. Yaro noko, grupaye kapone. Sonko, Menso, Wambo, De Yabo, Deco, Basia, Nerame, Bonso, Manaye, Maguaroe, the cheese of the Gure, Malatroe, the Maya Maker Dogure, Malatroe, the Inja Michael Dogure, Malatroe. Papa, where you come from, and I am working. Zua, Unu just in a way. When I sit on the right, you are being called, you are being called the road. You can sit on Swan out of our. You got cheese, so you know. Oh, Papa, where you come from, not a throw. Group where you come from, Magwaro. That can no young or no, I will wonder, man, no pop. On the goose, Sadia. Sadia, you will win away. No,
all right, folks. All right, folks. All right, folks. Welcome to this edition. You know, that song is it's almost 7 to 8 minutes. And you know, when you play it, it's gonna be gone just like that. I mean, it's gonna finish the rest of the time. So I just thought, you know, to pause it right there. As you begin as you begin this new week, folks, and our show is coming to an end, I would love to close this way. The topic today, how to raise boys, is a topic that I will have to try to come back again because there's so much to talk about. Especially, mainly, I kind of based it today on the men, the fathers, the involvement of the fathers in the lives of their boys, how to raise boys, the things that boys expect. The reason why I'm dealing with this topic is this is the foundation that the enemy has been trying to destroy. You know, without the man in the home, without the man living in a society with no better impact, not being a good example, we are doomed. Because that was the first thing that God made man. He created man, He put us in charge, He gives us the dominion to rule. He gives us the intellect, the power, the energy, the strength, and everything to provide. Most men in this day and age they leave that awesome responsibility behind. Instead, they sit in the home with the remote control in their hand, watching TV all day while their wives or girlfriends go and work and come home and cook for them to eat. No. Any man who's doing that, any man who's doing that, it almost looks to me like you've given away your birthright. Because you're not playing your role. Your job is to provide for your household. Your job is to provide for your children. Your job is to provide for your family. Even if you and that woman once upon a time were married, divorced, it is still your job to provide for your children. You know, the government understands that very well. That's why here in America, when you divorce, they make you the man to pay more child support. Because they're your kids. All those kids that you have came out of you. They came from you. So it's your job to provide. So do not negate your responsibility. Do not walk away from your responsibility as a man. And the Bible said it too. The man who does not provide for his family is worse than an infidel. Do you see that? The man who does not provide for his family is worse than an infidel. That is awesome. That is something else. Very, very awesome. Very, very awesome responsibility. Do you know what the word infidel means? Let me find the dictionary. Infidel. A person who does not believe in religion or who adheres to a religion other than one's own. Like infidelity. All of that. That's what you are if you cannot provide for your family. So fathers who tend to leave their children behind and run away, you know, and they go take another woman's responsibility and all of that stuff. There's no problem doing that, but don't forget your own children behind, man. It's very important. You don't leave your own children behind. They are still yours. The ones you left behind and the ones you are creating or will be creating are all yours. So you still should hold that same one standard by caring for all of them and providing for them. That is the responsibility of a man. That is your responsibility. So, men, I'll be back next week and how to raise boys. Just to rehearse, we talked about being a true example before them in deeds and actions. To teach them how to work hard and work smart. Three, we talked about loving your children and hug them as often as possible. Be firm in your actions and decisions, all of that. And then discipline them and let them know why, as to why you are disciplining them. Don't beat the children and you go beat the children. They don't even know why you're whipping them. They don't even know why you're punishing them. No, it's not good. When you commit a crime, you as a man, you go to court. They just don't grab you and lock you up for life. You commit a crime, you go to court before the judge, and you argue your case, and the judge tells you why you are going to jail and how long you're going to jail because of your actions. So all the time you spend behind bars, you know what you did, the crime you committed, why you are there. So the same thing that goes down to the boys, the children that you are raising. Set them down, tell them why you are whipping them, why you are punishing them, why you are taking away their toys, why you are taking away their confiscating their cell phones and tablets, and for how long. That is the message you ought to send. Consistency. You always have to be consistent. And as men going back to work, always set that example. Let your kids see you work. If you're working around the house, let them not be in the house. Bring them out. Teach them how to wash the dishes. Teach them how to clean the house. Cleaning the toilets, everything. Because one day they are going to become fathers. How are you going to raise a boy as a father and you don't teach him how to open the door for the female? Or you don't teach him how to cook? Why, if his wife is one day sick and ill and he doesn't know how to cook, then all the money goes out buying food, eating outside in restaurants and stuff. That doesn't help. I'm saying all this because I cook. I learned all of that. My grandma said, woman can't bluff me when it comes to cooking. When I put my foot inside, said, you will lick your finger. Now what Liberians, now what we can say. I learned it, so I'm proud of that. Right? Because the woman too gets tired cooking sometimes. She gets tired. And when she gets tired, it's your turn. It's your time to come in and help. Or when she's in the kitchen, you join her. You join her in the kitchen. Make the cooking environment pleasant. You know, that's the best time to even enjoy love. When you're in the kitchen with your boo. You know, that's it. While she's doing whatever, you're cutting the onions, the peppers, and all of that stuff, and you're listening to some nice, good music. It's a lot of fun, y'all. I'm telling you. It's a lot of fun. But time is gone, though. If y'all want more, y'all come next week Sunday, 2 p.m. here, which is 3 o'clock at 7 p.m. Is that 7? 2, 3. Yeah, 7 p.m. in Liberia. 2 p.m. every Sunday, the Gospel Hour, where we bring you pieces of nuggets, good information for you that will help you in your personal growth, in your family upbringing, and everything. And if you need to give some of us a phone call with whatever struggles or whatever you're going through, I'm hoping, you know, to help, because my desire, intention is to always see people successful, become better. I'm not someone who hide or keep information away like that, you know, especially something that's going to enrich or help someone else's. But I will always tell you, your problem, your whatever that you discuss must always remain discreet and private. That's it. You know, that's it. So, folks, like I say, every good thing must come to an end. Those of you who joined us today here at Talk TV Media Network, we'd love you to subscribe. Welcome to the show every Sunday and every Saturday as well. We have 2 other shows. We have the political Backyard Politics at 12 noon, which is 5 p.m. Liberian time. This time we'll try hard to put all our schedules, our broadcast schedules online with except that of the political season in Liberia, where politics is going on, campaigning is going on. So our live shows just come on just like that. Wherever, as you've been seeing on our platform, the guys just go out where the action is. We'll bring it to you live. Besides that, our programming we'll be posting that on our page and our website as well. So you can put that on your calendars as to when to expect us on air. But we love it. We love it when you follow us. We love it when you be a part of what we are doing or what God is doing, because at Talk TV Media Network, we are not put in one corner. We talk about everything. We talk politics. We talk business. We talk healthcare. We talk politics, religion, music, all of that, sports, everything. We talk everything here at Talk TV. We don't hold back, because what? We are building a network, a platform that will help to make a world a better place. That is our intent. We want to make this world we live in a better place. That's it. So I have your song, and while I take leave of you, and before I always take leave of you, I always tell you this. Don't do what I do. Always do what God wants you to do. Enjoy your peace. This one says, Lord, talk for us. If you don't talk for us, who else will talk for us? This is by Eunice Ndole, my own dear sister. Yeah, that's the meaning of it. So talk for us. God, talk for us. Talk for me. Intercede on my behalf. If you don't, who else will?